Good morning. Today is the 17th, and we're going to start off with a daily reflection on the Old Testament. Let me be weighed in an even balance, that God may know mine integrity. Job chapter 31, verse 6. Living a life of integrity means that we live truthfully. What we believe is reflected in who we are, how we think, act, and interact. Living truthfully invites deep trust, abiding love, and inner peace. People with integrity are honest and sincere. They do the right thing when nobody is watching. They keep their word, and they keep confidences. They repay their debts and honor commitments. They accept responsibility for their actions and are dependable in their duties. Of course, we all make mistakes and fall short, but people with integrity know that life is a process of growth. They find the courage to change because they love that which is right. Integrity begins with faith and is maintained with prayer. Integrity encompasses all of the other virtues. If we have integrity of heart, then we will have all the other virtues. That's kind of how I feel about humility. It's like if you're humble, then everything just falls into place. You don't have to worry about anything else. Okay, so today is 1 Samuel chapter 15, verses 1 through 17, and I read them. I read them, and this is kind of the beginning of the story of Esther. Sort of, kind of. This story here, Saul goes to destroy the Amalekites, but he keeps the king alive, and he keeps the sheep and the cattle alive, whereas Samuel said, you got to destroy everything. All of it's got to go. But he kept all the good stuff and then destroyed all the bad stuff. He picked and chose. Anyways, descendants later on want revenge on the Israelites, and that's where the story of Esther comes in. This is the beginning of it. Not keeping a small commandment, like, just killing everyone, turns back around on you many years later, and you're worried that everyone's going to get killed. So, anyways, the king Agag, possible meaning is flame. The name was probably a general designation for the Amalekite king, similar to Pharaoh among the Egyptians. So he was king of the Amalekites when Saul was purging the country of the enemies of Israel, about 1095 BC. After the time of Moses, the Amalekites under Amalek came against Israel. Israel responded in the strength of the Lord and won the battle, the arms of Moses being held aloft by Aaron and Hur. It was then that the Lord proclaimed he would work against the Amalekites during the coming generations. When Saul took up the ensign of Israel, Samuel reminded him of his commission. Saul and his armies went forth with great force. Samuel then came forward and reported to Saul the displeasure of the Lord for Saul's disobedience to the commandments to destroy everything of the Amalekites, sparing nothing. And I'm not going to read the rest of it because the rest of it is for tomorrow, verses 18 through 35. But that's the we're getting going here with the story. Sometimes you hear the stories of the Bible out of order or out of synchronicity, and you're kind of like, well, why'd they tell the story of Ruth and Naomi? Why is that such an important story? And then you realize, oh, it's the descendant, it's the lineage of Christ. And you're like, well, why are they telling the story of Agag? Well, that's the beginning of this, and there's always a purpose. So when you're not following it in sequential order, you can get confused. But anyways, let's end with a prayer from a diary of prayer. And today's the 17th. This section of prayers is called the Consecration. And this one is from Eric Milner White. This is my Lord beside and about me, coming and entering and abiding within. This is my Lord to whom I belong. This my Lord calling me nearer and nearer. This is my Lord who died for me. This my Lord who taketh away my sin. This my Lord, clothing me in his righteousness. This my Lord, giving strength for today and tomorrow. This my Lord, with his own hands feeding me, with his own life, with his body and his blood, with his heart and his soul. As he would dwell in me, may I dwell in him forever and ever. All right, that was 1 Samuel chapter 15, verses 1 through 17, and tomorrow we do 18 through 35. See you then.